it's Jen with DP Addiction Adventures. And I just thought it was time for us to do a JennTube together. You might be saying, what is a JennTube? Well, a JennTube is a little inside scoop behind the scenes of Jennifer's life with DP Addiction Adventures. Sometimes it's a funny story from my past, sometimes it's a little oopsie from a recording, just a little getting to know me bit. So hang tight, here we go. First off, everyone take a deep breath with me. So we're gonna breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, breathe out. Oh, it's chaotic out there. I'm not gonna lie. As a therapist, we met on Friday, and I was told we were at a level 2 out of level 3 levels, which means our office was still open for people to drop things off, but they wanted to limit face-to-face contact, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do that as a therapist? And you might be thinking, well, telehealth, you know? Well, the people that I meet with are refugees. They do not speak another language, or they do not speak English. All my therapy is done through face-to-face interpreters, and in a pinch I use a phone interpreter. And the technology level is not the best. Either they have a lower technology phone, they don't have internet. It's interesting. And then to try to explain to them how to download an app, how to make sure they're connected to Wi-Fi, it's insane. But I was instructed as of last night that by Thursday, all of my therapy will be done by phone or through telehealth. So I worked until 10:30 today. I had one client this morning. I went into the office, but she called in by phone. I have 2 potential clients tomorrow morning. We called and asked if they would like to do it by phone or face-to-face, and those will be the last clients that have that opportunity for the next couple weeks. So, and all that was going on, I just needed to take a breath. And so I came home, took a breath, took my daughter to school in order to pick up some materials that she needed to be able to do some of the homeschool stuff they sent us via email, and then I worked. So while this was happening, I started thinking about a Facebook message I received from my sister-in-law. And she Facebook messaged me. She goes, Jennifer, how's your toilet paper hoarding going? Yes. Do I have a story for you about toilet paper hoarding and why I'm famous for it? And during this time in our lives, it's probably a good thing that I'm a toilet paper hoard. Actually, I'm a recovering hoarder of toilet paper, and I'll explain why. So my husband and I got married in September 2003, and I don't know why, but I just had this obsession with making sure that we had plenty of some key things. We lived in this really small apartment, similar to Diamond Dave's apartment. It was a 1-bedroom, bath, and then the kitchen, living room, and dining room was basically a 10 by 12 foot square. And we had one closet in the bedroom that was like another bedroom. And that's where we kept most of our wedding gifts unopened. Because, well, we opened the wrapping, but we kept everything new in the box because we didn't have room for it in our apartment. And then we had the linen closet, and that's where we kept everything else. So in the linen closet, I would buy a package of toilet paper, a 6-pack, almost every time I went to the store. And it was just the two of us. And so at one point, we ended up with 40 rolls of toilet paper. It took up the whole bottom shelf of this linen closet. And my husband was learning about me, and he's like, why do we have so much toilet paper? And I'm like, I don't know. I just have this fear that I'm going to go for a toilet roll and there's not going to be any. And he's like, honey, there's two of us. We do not need 40 rolls. So since 2003, I have worked really hard on not hyperventilating when I grab that last 6-pack of toilet paper and open it. Knowing that I have the opportunity, because a 6-pack of toilet paper lasts our family a week, depending on what we have. He works from home, so we use a little bit more toilet paper than that, or if it's over the weekend, you know, all three of us are home. But usually what we do is we'll go to Costco, which is like a big box like Sam's Club, and we'll buy a pack of their 30 rolls, and then that lasts us 2 to 3 months. And so I really do my best to be a recovering toilet paper hoarder and wait until we grab that last 6-pack before we go out, because they come, it's 5 6-packs. So when I grab the last 6-pack, I know I've got a week and a half of time before I need to run to Costco, and I just try to breathe through it. Another thing as well is in October, now they don't do this anymore. It's been a couple years, but for like 10 years in October, they would have a canned goods sale for vegetables, and I would stock up on these as well. And so when we first got married, remember, I said September, October came around, and they had like, it was either 6 or 8 cans for $1. And at one point, we had 87 cans of vegetables. There's 2 of us. It took up a whole cupboard. And we didn't have very many cupboards in this small kitchen. And so again, my husband was like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know. I always had enough food and toilet paper growing up. I don't know where this is coming from. And so now I do my best that when we're down to the last 2 cans, I take a breath, it's okay, and then I put it on the grocery list. Now, I say all this because being a recovering hoarder in toilet paper and canned goods, and now seeing that there's this food and toilet paper shortage. Now, PSA, there's not really a shortage, people. Stop going and buying toilet paper. It's because people are buying too much. We make toilet paper here in the United States, and we're not going to run out. So please help all those people who are not hoarding and only buy what you need, okay? Anyway, right now the toilet paper is not in the stores, and so my sister-in-law, that's why she Facebook messaged me, because they were down to their last roll, and they have a family of 5, and so she's like, so how's that toilet paper hoarding going? And I'm like, oh, I don't hoard toilet paper anymore. But thankfully, right before this all became a reality, we had just gone to Costco and we had just bought rolls of toilet paper. So we're good. But then now that kiddo is not in school and I'm working from home as well, and my husband's working from home, we're going to go through it faster because we're not using the school toilet paper and we're not using the work toilet paper. We're using ours. So we still have plenty of toilet paper, but I'm starting to feel that anxiety that, oh my goodness, should I have been hoarding toilet paper? And so I'm just doing what I do with all my clients. I'm just taking a deep breath. I'm thanking the Lord for what I've been given. I'm thankful I have good friends and good family, and that we're going to come together as a community, and we're going to make it through this, you know. And I'm working with my clients. I just spent, you know, an hour talking through my client. And I was so blessed to be there for her, because she didn't say she was worried. I first opened up and was like, so, like, how are you doing with everything? Like, are you able, you know, when you go into the store, how are you feeling when you see the shelves? And, you know, I have to be kind of direct with some of my clients, because they don't just talk. Like, you have to actually pull it out of them. And she's like, oh, I'm doing okay. All the kids are home. And she's got like 6 kids. And one of them is disabled. And so I was talking to her about that, and she doesn't know what's going on because she doesn't speak English. And so all she sees is what's in her face and doesn't understand the explanation behind it. And so we just talked about, you know, how to wash your hands. And she knew that, but just the importance of monitoring your children, helping them understand to wash their hands, you know, when they get the sniffles, when to call the doctor, to monitor, like, going to the store at certain times, not waiting till the last minute till you have no food, you know, but being precautious when you're down to a certain amount, then start looking for food. So that you'll give yourself a couple days, because you'll have to check about stores restocking. And, you know, I just talked to her, and she's like, yeah, the kids, I'm just keeping them in the house. And so just talking her through, you know, this virus and the difference between airborne and passing it from one person to another, and that, you know, at this point, it's okay. Her kiddos can go play in the backyard. Talked about social distancing and what that means. And so, yeah, it just, my heart just breaks, because they don't, you know, my wonderful clients, they don't understand what's going on. And so, yeah, so today was an interesting day, and just breathing through it. So I just encourage you guys, breathe through what you're going through. We're all in this together. You are not alone. You know, we are here. We are supporting one another. And, you know, yes, I'm not hoarding toilet paper, and I'm not hoarding canned goods, but I have plenty of diamond paintings. So I was even joking about how if push came to shove, I have enough diamond paintings to keep us all busy, and potentially those diamond paintings that came that I wasn't happy with, we could cut up and use for toilet paper. Who knows? So I wish you guys well. I love you all, and thank you so much for who you are and for supporting one another. So this is another episode of JennTube. So until next time, be blessed. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.